Hi, this is Tim and Shana from Beastanetics, and in today's video we're going to talk to you about mountain climbers, one of the more famous or infamous moves depending on your perspective. So one of the things we love about mountain climbers is it's effective for improving upper body strength, core strength, cardio, and you get a little bit of leg work in there too. So lots of benefits for a relatively simple movement. So now we're going to set it up for you, and we're going to also show you a couple of modifications, and then in other videos we'll get into other variations of mountain climbers. This is just a basic mountain climber. So your setup is going to be plank. So Shauna's going to be on her palms and her toes. And she's being mindful of keeping her core engaged and not allowing her low back to collapse. Definitely want to avoid that. Okay, in this version of the mountain climber, Shana is going to drive her knees toward her forearms, but you're going to notice the shin stays parallel to the ground. And I'm actually going to have Shana turn so she's completely in profile. Okay, now you can see the shin. It's not quite parallel, but now it is. And she's driving those knees towards her forearms. Her back is flat, her neck is with her spine. So, and she's touching down in back, right? That's where the tap happens, not in front, which is what you'll see some folks do, and that's more of a mountain jumper or an old-fashioned mountain climber. A lot more impact, not a bad exercise, but that's just not what we're working on today. So depending on her pace, that's going to determine her heart rate and also how much her core works. Now if she stays, there you go, there's that flex of the hip and the knee simultaneously. Her wrists are directly under her shoulders. Now for some people, they're going to want to modify this for a couple of reasons. One is they may want their wrist in a more neutral position because flexing it bothers them, puts a lot of pressure. So one option is Shana can grab couple of yoga blocks or a pair of larger dumbbells. Now this doesn't solve it entirely, but now you can see her wrist is in more of a neutral position. It's a straight line from wrist to shoulder, or almost a straight line, and then she would go right back into plank and now drive the knees once again towards the forearms. Okay, so that solves problem number one. Now problem number two is, let's say you just don't have the strength right now to be in a good mountain climber position from the floor, but, and this is where this little bench is going to come in handy, or perhaps if you had a sofa or a bed. If you put yourself at an incline, and this bench is about 18 inches off the ground, and now Shauna's going to extend her legs back. She still wants that good alignment, shoulders to heels. Now, when she starts to drive forward, it's still a very effective exercise, but because of her body position in relation to gravity, it's going to be less challenging than if she was on the floor. Okay, and likewise from this position, now that bench is a little flimsy, but she could push a little harder into whatever the object is to get more hip drive, which is a nice side benefit of going to an incline. So if you're pushing against a park bench, for example, that's a really nice option. So there you have it. That's the mountain climber, and we'll just show it one more time from the floor. Knees driving towards forearms, shins parallel to the ground, neck with spine, core engaged. Really fantastic, simple, total body exercise. The mountain climber. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe, give us a thumbs up. If you have questions, put them in the comments below and we'll get to them as soon as possible. We'll see you next time.